So any questions, doubts in previous class?
So for the subnet, we said that the minimum is 16/16, right?
Hmm.
Which means only half of the bits can be changed, right?
Till here.
Yeah. And that means only half of the bits can change, right? Which
For
is the,
AWS,
yeah,
yes.
okay. Yeah.
So usually like uh, we have from 0 to 32, like from 1 to 32, but for AWS cloud, not only AWS, even Azure cloud, GCP cloud, so they have shared the subnet mask value in between 16 to 32. Right. Now I'll give you one more CIDR range. Let's say 192.68.0.0/20. Can you tell me how many instances or hosts you can launch and from where to where? How will you calculate?
32 minus 20
We
to power
subtract
12.
Yes. 32.
32, 20, that's
Yeah.
12, and then to the power 12.
Power 12, 4096. So starting from 192.68.0.0, so on 192.68.15.255. We are getting total 4096, I guess. So like to calculate, you can use this CIDR range. 192.68.0.0/20. Let's see here, total 4096, 192.68.00, 192.68.15.255. So 15.255. Okay, now we will jump into our actual topic. What is our actual topic? VPC. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud.
Cloud.
What is Virtual Private Cloud? Let's say this is my AWS cloud. So nothing but my AWS account. Okay, in this account, like I'm working on Facebook project. So for Facebook project, we are launching multiple EC2 instances. We are creating load balancer. We are creating some S3 buckets. We are creating SNS notifications, like all the infrastructure related to Facebook I'm creating here. And in the same account, I'm working for Instagram project also. So for even Instagram, I'm launching multiple EC2 instances. For Instagram, I'm creating load balancer, S3 buckets, SNS, well, like Elastic file system. Here also Elastic file system. So here what's happening means this we are sharing single AWS account to host multiple projects, multiple uh, applications, like all are in the same place. So what it creates like it will be completely messy, clumsy. We don't know like which server is for which application. So that is the reason what we do generally within our AWS cloud. Again, we create our private cloud. So I'm creating my private cloud. So this private cloud is like virtually we are creating virtual private cloud, nothing but VPC. So this VPC is for Facebook. So inside this VPC, all Facebook application related infrastructure I will create, like Facebook related servers, Facebook related load balancers, brackets, elastic file systems, like whatnot, every service related to this application I will do inside this VPC, Facebook VPC. And for and for Instagram, I create another VPC. This VPC is for Instagram VPC. So all Instagram in related resources, infrastructure, services will present in this VPC. So that means within our AWS account, I'm virtually separating the infrastructure. I'm isolating the infrastructure. Logically, I'm separating them. Um, if you see here, yeah, this is folder, Arvind Trainings folder. Inside this Arvind Trainings folder, I have kept all the PPT, soft copies, PDFs, everything related to the course. So, but I didn't combine all the stuff in one place. Even though they are present in Arvind Trainings folder, I have segregated all AWS related soft copies in this AWS folder, DevOps related soft copies in DevOps folder, important files present in this imp files folder. Like that, I have created separate folders within Arvind Trainings folder. Just like that, inside our AWS account, we are creating separate clouds. These are like virtually we are creating virtual private cloud, means logically we are creating a separate private cloud. We are separating the infrastructure one with the another. We are isolating them. Till now, uh, we have created many servers, S3 buckets, elastic file systems, everything we have did. But where do you think all these servers, like elastic file systems, where it got created means in each and every AWS cloud, AWS account, there will be a default VPC. So till now, all the infrastructure, whatever we have created, that is created inside a default VPC. So search for VPC. Right now, I'm in Tokyo region. Within Tokyo region, how many VPCs are there? We have only one VPC. This is the VPC ID and VPC is available state. And this is my VPC CIDR range. And this is a default VPC. This is a default VPC. Now let's say we are working on a project. We are working on some YouTube project. So a client came to us, like assume you don't have YouTube application as of now. A client came to us and he's asking to develop one YouTube application to upload all the videos and to access them publicly, privately. So this is our project. No, as a developers, they'll write the code, they'll develop the application, and that infrastructure has to be deployed. So from cloud side, what you need to do, you're not going to launch EC2 instances directly in default VPC. No, we don't create infrastructure in default VPC. So you're working on YouTube project. So for this YouTube project, you should be having a separate VPC. You have to create a separate VPC. So I'll show you first, like I'm creating one VPC. So this is my VPC. What is the name of the VPC? VPC name, YouTube VPC. To create any VPC, you have to give one CIDR range. That could be anything. So CIDR range, you have to take private IP series only. If you are taking from class A, then from class A, here, 10 series, 10.0.0.0, like 10 series, In class B, 190, sorry, not 172 series, and class C, 192 series. So CIDR range should be either from this one or this series or this series. Only these three series are private IP series, and rest of them are public IP. They are used for public IP addresses. So now I have to create a CIDR range. That CIDR should be either any of that. So I'll take here 10.0.0.0. No, forward slash here, subnet mask value. Just tell me, guys, we are working on this YouTube application. And so you might think this application might need only 3 servers to host YouTube application. But whether 3 servers are sufficient for lifetime to host YouTube application?
No.
No.
So if it is becoming popular, it might need 10 servers. If it is becoming more popular again, 100,000, 10,000, like you don't know how many servers it required. So to take a maximum figure, what is the best subnet mask value here? To take the maximum, if you want to launch maximum number of instances inside this
Slash
VPC.
16.
Yes, correct.
16.
16. If you take 16, then the maximum value you can get here. So what is that maximum figure? Of course, it is
65,536. Yeah.
65,536. These many number of servers we can launch. Okay, fine. That is correct. Like we can launch 65,536 servers. But again, there is one more trick. See, generally, YouTube application will be launched in servers. There are two things again. So www.youtube.com. So I'm just sending a request and I could see this page. If I do www.youtube.com, I'm seeing this page. So all these videos I'm able to see, I'm able to access, I can able to see, I can able to play them also. So that means, can I delete this video? So I don't like these colors. So can I delete this video?
No.
You don't have right.
What about the other videos? So if I don't like this one, can I delete this video?
No.
Why I can't delete? Tell me.
You don't own it.
I
You
need
don't have privilege.
So basically,
Access.
our YouTube application is running on application server. So that's why when I do www.youtube.com, immediately I am able to see this page. Since I'm having access, since the application is running, tell me one thing, application is running publicly or privately?
Public.
Public.
Application is running publicly. That means anybody, literates, illiterates, educated, not educated, like anyone who takes subscription, no subscription, anyone can access this YouTube application. You no need to you no need to pay subscription, or you no need to enter your credit card, debit card, nothing. Just you type www.youtube.com. www.youtube.com. Anybody can visit this page. That means my application is public, correct?
Yes.
So here I'll create one subnet called public subnet. I'm creating a subnet called public subnet. Why I'm creating public subnet? So subnet is nothing but dividing a large network into subnetworks. So this is the large network, a large network of 65,536 IP addresses. So this large network I am breaking. If this is one big cake, I'm cutting this cake into small pieces. Just like if this is one big network, I'm dividing this, I'm cutting this network into sub networks. So one of the sub network is public subnet. I'm naming it as public subnet. Why public subnet? Because my application should be available to all the customers publicly. So that means my application should be running on servers where it should be accessible to the public. So those servers I will launch in public subnet. So application server. Like any number of, so like initially you want to host your YouTube application in app server 1, app server 2, app server 3. So in all these application servers, which application is running? YouTube application is running. YouTube application is running. Let's say from here, one person is typing, a customer, www.youtube.com. Then immediately that request will go to where the request will go to application server. Through which port? Through HTTP port, like HTTPS port. The request will go, page will be loaded, and through this port, it will give the response. And that's why he's able to see the YouTube page, just like how I saw the page, this page. I'm getting this response. Why? Because this application is running on servers which is present in public subnet. So my request went, application loading, response is coming. But can I delete this video? Application is running on public subnet, right? Public servers. So can I delete this video?
No.
No. What will
Store
happen if these
target subnet.
what will happen if these data also present in application server? You can misuse the data. We can delete the data. We can modify the data. So that's why what we do generally as a cloud engineer, we create another subnet. We create another subnet and we name that subnet as private subnet. So why do we use private subnet? In private subnet, we launch database servers. DB, database server, where the database is running, YouTube database. So tell me one thing, whether we give access to the public to this database server, do we give the access to database server?
No.
We should not give. If you feel this is very, very confidential, if the thing which is very important, which is access is not given to the customers, so that kind of data, that kind of servers are created inside private subnet. And the one which you want to give access to the public, you will launch them in public subnet. So here in our case also, the database servers are running in private subnet, application servers are running in public subnet. And here we don't create these subnets directly. We give CIDR range. So I'm saying here to create a subnet, this large network, I'm breaking into subnets, right? Like how to break with CIDR. Let me explain. Listen carefully, everyone. This is important again. 10th class. How many admissions? 400 admissions are there. So admission, A section, 1 to 100. B section, 101 to 200. C section, 201 to 300. D section, 301 to 400. Like how these admissions are divided. Similarly, no, you assume this is like admissions. How many admissions are there? 65,336 admissions. Now consider this is like A section. Consider this is like A section. So here the A section rule number starting with admission number 1. Starting with admission number 1. So here for public subnet also, just like how you given for A section 1 to 100, similarly for public subnet also I'm giving one range, CIDR range. Starting from, I'll take with the from 10.0.0.0. Now you have to decide how many servers you want to launch in the public subnet. Let's say I want to launch only 2 servers. Then you can give here 30. 32 minus 30, 2. 2 power 2, 4. Means maximum 4 servers I can launch, right? Correct or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's say I have a requirement. I need to launch 100 servers in public subnet. My YouTube application is becoming popular. It might become popular. So 3, 4 servers are not sufficient. We need 100 servers in future. So in that case, can I give 30?
No.
No.
What if can I give 28?
28 also
32
32
minus
no.
28, 4. 2 power 4, 16.
16.
Still no. If we take 25, 32 minus 25, 7. 2 power 7. How much? 2%, I think 30.
4096. 4096, right?
No, 2 power 7 is not 4096. 2,
What I think 64.
64.
64.
Then still you are not achieving. So it's always better to take some big number, right? Here I will take some big number like 20. I'll take big number like 20. What will happen if I take 20? 32 minus 20 is 12.
12.
2 power 12,
2 to the 12.
4096. So starting from this IP address, 10.0.0.0, so on. This is the first one. This is the first IP. And for what is 4096th IP? 10.0.15.255. See, I know all these numbers, but for you, how to calculate? I have told you, use subnet calculator. How to use subnet calculator? Just go to this website, subnet calculator website. Just give 10.0.0.0/20. If you hit enter, it will show you the first IP address. Total in this series, you are getting 4096. This is the first IP and this is the last IP. 15.255 is the last IP address in the series. So 15.255. Then what is, so I have taken this CIDR for my public subnet. Now I want to take for my private subnet one CIDR. So what will better to take from next number only, right? See, if I had taken here 1 to 100 admissions, then from B section I have started admission from 200 to 300 or like immediate admission.
No, not one.
10 from the next admission only, right? From the next immediate admission only we have started B section, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So your B section is like private subnet. You assume this is like our B section. So what will be our next IP address?
10 dot
16 0 10.0 10.0.
0.16.0.
Very good.
Yeah.
See, after 15 series, what will be the next series? 16 series only, right? 15.255. This is ended. Next one is 16 series. So it begins with 0 only again. 16.0. Again, you need to decide here also how many servers you want to launch. Better to take 20. If you take 20, how many I can launch here also? I can launch 4096. So this is very big network of 65,000. Till now I have created like a big cake. I created on two cakes, 2 pieces only. Rest of them I just ignored. I have just cut into 2 pieces here, just like here also. Big network. I divided into public subnet. One subnetwork with 4096 and the other subnetwork with 4096. Still, how many IP addresses we can utilize? 65,000 minus 8,000 change. Around 57,000 still we have. So in future we can use again. It doesn't mean maximum here 4096, here 4000, that's all. No. Still, let's say out of 4096, almost 4000 servers we launched till now. So it is nearing. You can create one more subnet. This time with more, like you can give 18. If you give 18, how much you will get? Around 16,000 instances you can launch. Like that, you can create more subnets. Understanding?
Is it possible to change the after creation of the subnet mask?
No,
Sorry?
not to increase the CIDR range you are saying?
Yes.
I mean subnet
Yeah,
mask value. Increase the subnet mask
yes.
value, you say?
Yeah, subnet mask.
No, we
If
cannot.
yeah,
We
you
cannot.
cannot change.
We cannot change. Why we cannot change?
Okay.
Because the reason, 400 admissions, 1 to 100 you have taken. Let's say like here A section 1 to 100, B section 101 to 200. So immediate from next admission only you have kept them in B section. No, these extra admissions you cannot fill here in A section.
Yeah. In this case,
You have to create new sections only. Similarly, you have to create new subnets only. You can't ingest them here. You can't extend them.
we can't extend.
You can't.
In case 1 or 2 IPs also we cannot extend. Am I correct? For example, we are giving to 2020, but after that, if in case my application,
I'll answer to all the questions by end of the class. I'll complete all the complete end to end. I'll complete. Then you can ask any question. Today I'll answer for any question. Okay.
Right.
Not in the middle because I have to finish complete. Then only you will get more answers after explanation on. All right. Next one. Look into this existing architecture. In existing region Tokyo, how many VPCs do we have?
One.
Only one VPC. And this is a default VPC or I created?
Default.
It's a default VPC that you can see the proof here. Default VPC, yes. And now tell me guys, this default VPC is created with the CIDR range of 172.31.00.16, right? So can you tell me how many instances we can launch in this VPC?
65,000.
Correct. 65,000 change instances we can launch. And one more important thing, this VPC is divided into subnets also. That I didn't do that. By default, we can see. How many subnets are there? In Tokyo region.
Three.
Three subnets. And these three subnets are created inside the default VPC. What is the default VPC ID? Say tag name, you can give any time. Let me give default. EDDA, the VPC ID EDDA. In this default VPC, we have three subnets. First subnet created in which VPC? Default VPC. And this subnet also created in default. This subnet also created in default. EDDA. That means if you consider this is a VPC of 172.31.0.060. This is the CIDR range of our default VPC. And this default VPC is divided into three subnets. Subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3. First subnet. First subnet. See, these three subnets are launched in multiple availability zones. Like this is launched in AP Northeast 1C, another one in AP Northeast 1D, another one in AP Northeast 1A. This is in Tokyo region. In Tokyo, these three subnets, each subnet is created in different availability zone. Now, for the first subnet, what is the CIDR they have taken? One 172.31.0.0/20. If it is 20, how many number of hosts we get? Tell me.
4K.
Okay.
2 per 12. How much? 4096. 2 per 12 is 4096. Out of 4096, there are 5 IP addresses which are ending with 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.255. So these 5 IP addresses are reserved. If these are reserved, how many IPs we are available, still available? 4091, right? Correct or not? If the
Yeah.
5 IP addresses are reserved out of 4096, how many IPs are available still?
Four thousand
4091 IP addresses are available. And see, this is the CIDR range for my first subnet, starting from 172.31.0.0. Subnet mask value is 20. So what is the ending IP address? The ending IP address is 172.31.15.255, 15 series. So what is the immediate IP address, next IP address after 15.255? So for this series, the IP address range is 172.31.0.0. So on 172.31.15.255. So this is the series for my first subnet. So inside this series total, there are 4096 IP addresses. But out of 4096, this one is reserved. Next one, 0.1 also reserved. Like if 5 are reserved, then we are getting total 4091. What is the last IP address of this series? I'm asking.
It's 172.31.15.255 is the last one, right?
What is the next IP address after this series? I'm asking.
16.
31.16.0.
So they have created another subnet with that next IP only. 172.31.16.0. Again, they have taken 20 subnet mask. Correct or not?
Oh, yeah.
So here 20 means how much again? 4096. 2 per 12, 4096. Minus 5, you will be getting 4091 available IP addresses again. So what is the series here? 172.31.16.0. So on. The last IP address of this series is 172.31.255. So this is the first IP address inside this series. This is the last IP address in this series. What is the next IP address after this series?
192. 192.
172.31.32.0.
172.31.32.0. Very good. Again, from here, they have taken 20. See? Correct or not?
Yeah.
So here also we are getting 4091 IP addresses. Starting from 172.31.32.0, ending with 172.31.47.255. So approximately 4,000, 4,000, 12,000. Out of 65,000, if 12,000 we have for 12,000 IP addresses we create, still around 53 IP addresses are there for future reference. For future purpose we can utilize. Still more subnets also we can create. So in the existing setup, in the default VPC, the CIDR range is this one, and these are the different subnets they have created. And now one more question. See, we get 4091, 4091, 4091, but why it is showing 4090 in the first subnet, 4090 in the second subnet? Let me tell you now. Guys, in AP Northeast 1C, we have a subnet. So in this subnet, maximum how many number of instances, EC2 instances we can launch?
4091.
4091.
4091 EC2 instances we can launch, because for each instance it need one private IP. Total we can launch 4091 instances. But why it is showing 4090? Because
There is instance already created.
yes, we have already existing instances. Uh, See, AP Northeast 1C, second one. AP Northeast 1C. What is the private IP address of this? Which series? Just tell me which series.
The first one.
Yeah, series,
Yeah.
8 series, 8 series, right?
Yeah.
It is 8 series. Now, you see here. In AP Northeast 1C, AP Northeast 1C, this one only, right? 1C. Starting from 0 series, ending with which series?
15.
Speak out, guys.
15.
15. So 8 series comes in this subnet or not?
Yes.
So out of 4091 IP addresses, if one IP address is allocated to Amazon Linux server, still how many are available?
9 series to 10 series up to 15, right?
Out of 4091 IP addresses, private IP addresses, we have allocated one private IP address to one EC2 instance. So
We
how
have
many private
4090, even the 8 series except the one that we are allocated is
that
available.
that one IP address only we allocated, not entire 8
Yes.
series. Just one IP address we allocated. So we have 4090 available. And similarly, in this AP Northeast 1D, in this subnet also, we have 4090. Why we have 4090? Let's verify. So AP Northeast 1D. What is the series? 19.121, correct? Where comes 19.121? In here, first one, second one, third one. Where comes 19.121, 19 series?
It is in the second one.
Yes. Starting from 16 series, ending with 31 series. So 19 IP addresses that comes here. In subnet 1D, if you have allocated one IP address, how many are available? 4090.
Good.
Did we launch any EC2 instance in 1A?
No.
We don't. We launched one instance here. We launched one instance here. 1C, 1D. That's why it is 4090, 4090. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is existing setup, and we don't know anything about VPC. We don't know anything about subnets, but without knowing only, we have launched instances. If you observe here, this first one, Ubuntu instance. This instance launched in which VPC? VPC ID. Which VPC?
Default.
In default VPC. What is the CIDR range of the default VPC? 172.31.0.0/16. Means it will be allocated a private IP with 172 series or not?
Yeah.
And of course, this VPC is divided into 3 subnets. So this instance launched in which subnet? Out of 3 subnets, in which subnet it has launched the instance? Go to subnet ID. Subnet ID last 03A1F. 03. This one, second one, 03A1F subnet, which is having a CIDR of 16.0 series. No, 16.02 till 31.255 you will be getting. So 16, this IP came from that series only, right?
Yeah.
No, this instance also. Launched in which VPC? Default VPC. So obviously the CIDR will be 172 series. And in which subnet? 7706. Where is here? The first one. That's why you can see here 4090. Since we used one IP address from this series. What is that IP address? 8 series. 8 series comes from that subnet only. Any confusion? Any questions? Please ask now. Now I'll answer all the questions. See, if you want proof, I'll show you whether this IP address is coming from that series only or not. So this is 19.121. Right now, I'm utilizing this private IP address, right? If I terminate, what will happen? Will the private IP remains or it will be released?
It will be released and available. So the number changes to 4091.
Exactly, correct. So once the instance is terminated, then it will release the private IP address, and this IP address will go back to the subnet. And there you can change the number. Which subnet it will be? This 19 series. 19 series comes from which subnet? Second subnet, right? So here it will change from 4090 to 4091. Change, right?
Yes.
Understanding?
Yeah.
And even this one also. If you terminate this instance, this IP address will released. If the IP address is released, it will go back to the subnet, and the number of available IP addresses will be increases to 4091 here also. If I launch 10 instances in AP Northeast 1A, what will be the available IP addresses? If I launch here 10 servers in this zone, tell me.
4081 available IP addresses.
Yes, 4081 will be the available IP addresses. Instance terminated. Now refresh. 4091 everywhere. That means in this VPC, we haven't launched any instance. That's what. We haven't launched any instance. All are terminated. No instances are running. Any questions so far?
No, I mean, we just remove, right? So we are having now 4091. But where is the IP address for the default VPC that still exists, right?
Sorry.
The default VPC. The
Can-
default VPC is still there, right?
Yeah, default VPC is there. We haven't deleted the VPC, right? VPC is there. We have
But
VPC.
no, without IP addresses.
It's not like without IP addresses. VPC is created, subnets are there, all okay. But we didn't launch any instance.
Okay.
We have
Oh, got it.
terminated
Yeah.
the instance, okay?
So it is with full range. Nothing
Yes,
has been used. Yeah.
exactly, correct. Now all IP addresses are available. So now we'll go back to the VPC concept once again. Okay, what we have done so far, we have created, like we have one existing default. Okay, we are talking about the new VPC, right? Okay, we got a project, YouTube project. So we are creating one YouTube VPC. The CIDR is 10.0 series, 10.0 series. And we are creating one public subnet with 20 subnet mask, private subnet with 20 subnet mask. Now, for the servers which are launching in public subnet, it need internet. How will you provide internet to all the servers which are present in public subnet? So for that, you need to create a component called internet gateway, create internet gateway and attach internet gateway to the VPC. So what internet gateway will do? The purpose of internet gateway is it will provide internet. Okay, fine. It will provide internet. But to whom it has to provide internet? It should provide internet to the servers which are launched or launching in public subnet. But it don't know to whom to provide internet. It don't know anything. So that is the reason we have to create one component called route table. No, this is just like Google Maps. You can consider this is like a Google Maps. It will show the route, where to go, how to go. It will show the route. Now I'm showing the route to internet gateway, like connecting one end of the route table to internet gateway. other end to public subnet. Now my internet gateway having clear picture to whom we need to provide internet, to whom, to public subnet. After doing this setup, now launch one web server and host one application. So that's what I'll do now. Now before doing the practical setup, one more important point. See, when we create a subnet, just by giving the name public, it doesn't mean it is a public subnet. The functionality wise, it will be private subnet only. How come? How come means by default, every subnet is a private subnet. If you launch any instance in public subnet, usually it should get public IP address as well as private IP address. And if you launch any instance in private subnet, it will have only private IP, no public IP. So this should be happen. But what I'm saying, just by giving the tag name public subnet, it will not behave as a public subnet. It will be still a private only because by default subnets are private. Then how to change from private to public? This one, particularly this one. There is a checkbox called auto assign public IP. So if you enable this checkbox, then only this subnet will become purely public subnet. What is the meaning of auto assign public IP? If you launch any EC2 instance, then automatically assign public IP address to that instance. By default, it is disabled, right? Correct or not? By default, this checkbox is disabled. This auto assign public IP is disabled. That means if you launch any instance in public subnet, it will not get public IP address. Okay?
So by default, that box is unchecked, right, Arvind?
Yes.
Okay.
And where is that box, checkbox located?
I'll show you practically that. But to continue next, till here, any doubts?
So you mentioned there is an internet gateway that connects to it, and there's the RT. What does it stand for?
Route table.
Routing table. Okay.
Shall I continue the class?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Feel free to tell me anytime. If you're not feeling interested, I can cancel the class.
What's the reason for this comment?
Which one?
You're just saying.
Because it is completely kind of mathematics, numbering. So if you feel like completely confusing, not understanding, then there is no sense of telling the topic. Moving forward, there is no sense. If you are clearly understood, then only I have to show you next concept. That's
Okay. Okay, I understand you. Okay.
because right, this is not like S3 buckets, simply going to the console, creating something like that. No, you should understand.
So this concept, Arvind, we just need to remember, right? We don't have to. We are not going to apply anywhere, right? So we are using tools to get the IP ranges, right? All we need to know is to understand the concept.
Yes, not
the aspects.
remembering,
Yeah.
you need to understand.
Yeah.
If you understand, then you can remember.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll do everything practically. Just bear with me for 10 minutes. I'll show you step by step now. First step, let's create a VPC. Let's create one VPC. This is my VPC. I'll create a VPC with name first VPC. I'll give CDR 10.0.0.0/16. Now go to the console, click on create VPC. VPC name. I'll give it as first VPC. Now, CIDR range 10.0.0.0/16. Then just click on create VPC. Just give the tag name and give CIDR. That's all. You successfully created a VPC. Name of the VPC is first VPC. This is my VPC ID. VPC state is available. And this is NaCl ID. Like what is NaCl? We'll discuss later in VPC classes only. This is route table ID, default route table ID. Okay, and here you can see one more thing. DNS hostname is disabled. What will happen if it is disabled? If you launch any instance in this VPC, that instance will not get any DNS hostname. So usually you can see the DNS hostname for any server here, DNS hostname. So you can log in to Linux machines or Windows machines using public IP address or DNS hostname, anything. So since the DNS hostname got disabled, so you will be not getting this DNS hostname here. Is that any problem? Is not at all a problem. Better to enable. So let me enable. Go to edit VPC settings, enable DNS hostname, click on save. Our VPC is ready. VPC name is first VPC. This is VPC ID. It is available. And this is my CIDR range. And is it a default VPC?
No.
Oh,
It is not a default VPC. No. In this VPC, I'll create a subnet. Name of this subnet is public subnet. I'll start from this series only, from the first IP address only. What is the first IP? 10.0.0.0 till 20. Go to subnets. We have here default subnets. I'll create a new subnet. Click on create subnet. In which VPC? In which VPC I have to create the subnet?
First VPC.
In first VPC. Subnet name. Public subnet. In which zone? You can choose anything. Any zone is fine, your wish. Northeast 1A, 1C, 1. I'll go with 1C, 1A. CIDR range 10.0.0.0. So this one is my VPC range. Now I'm giving public subnet range. Okay.
This is because the number of servers we have in that subnet, right? For example, 20 means
20 means
4090, 96.
Total we have 16. 16 means how much?
Yeah.
65,000. So out of
So
65,000.
we further break that one into 20. Yeah.
Out of 65,000, I'm taking first 4096 IP address.
Okay,
Because
got
from
it.
first IP address, we are taking 4096. Okay. And creating one more subnet. Private subnet. Availability zone. You can choose in the same zone or a different zone. Anything is fine. Now tell me guys, what is the IP address I have to take here? Like, can I take 10.0.0.0?
We can still use that /20, right? Because
But we can't use 10.0.0.0 because we already used it in the top. So
Yeah.
first few are reserved on
first
that.
one.
Can I
10.0.15.
take this
That's it.
one?
No.
No.
Can I take this
we
one?
have to take
Yeah. This one is okay.
I think 16, right?
Yes. Because
16.0.
in
Yes.
the public subnet, I have taken 10.0.0.0.20. So what is the first IP? This one only first IP, 10.0.0.0. And what is the last IP?
10.0.15.255.
15.255. So if I have taken here 15.0, the 15.0 comes here, right?
Yeah.
So how can I take like it will be like overlapping again because already till here they are in public subnet. How can I go from till here like this? This is like overlapping, right? So you should go from next IP address only. Even you can go from 10.0.17 also you can go. 16 also you can go. 18 also you can start. But you can't start from this one, from this range. Okay? Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10.0. So 15.0.
Can you show this calculation again if you get time later after this call, how we arrived at 10.0.15.0, that range for the first IP for this?
Open
The
subnet
calculation
calculator.
from the subnet calculator. Okay, got it.
What is the last IP?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
So it should be 16.0, right? Because
Yes,
the
yes.
first.
Yes, it should be 16 only. That's why it is throwing error, right?
Yeah.
So if you give 200, still it is throwing error. When you give 16.0, is it throwing any error? No.
No.
Happily, you can create subnet. Two subnets created for public subnet as well as private subnet. One is both are in first VPC. One is 10.0.0.20. Again, is from 16.0 to 20. Means from the first IP address till 4096th IP. Then from 4097th IP to 8192 IP address. 4091, 409, total 8092. Both are in Tokyo and one is in 1A and the other one is 1C. So fine, got it. Now, if you scroll right side for this one, or normally also if you scroll right side, are these default subnets?
No.
They are not default one. So whether auto assign public IP is enabled?
No.
No.
What I said by default, even if you give the tag name public, is it behaving like public subnet?
No.
No.
It is not behaving. Why? Because automatically public IP address is not assigning. See, auto assign public IP is enabled, no, not enabled. That means if you launch any instance inside this subnet, that instance will not get any public IP address. If public IP is not there, can you log into the machine?
No.
Let's make it to public. Select subnet, go to edit subnet settings or enable auto assign public IP.
Enable.
Click on save. That's all. Okay. What next?
Routing internet gateway, right?
Yes. Before that, let me create this private subnet. So private subnet also created. Private from 10.0.16.0 to 20. The next one is create one internet gateway and attach this internet gateway to this VPC, first VPC. Go to
Will directly attach or without the routing table, or we need to create routing table before that?
I'll show you. So click on create internet. See, this is a default internet gateway attached to which VPC?
Default.
Now I'm creating my own internet gateway. Let me give the name as first IGW. You can give any tag name, no problem. I'm just creating, that's all. It just created. Is it attached? The VPC,
No.
is it
No.
attached?
No.
State detached. It is not attached to any VPC. I have just created only. Now select actions attached to VPC. Which VPC? First VPC. Now this setup is completed, right? Attachment is done.
Yeah.
What next? See, basically internet gateway will provide internet, but now it is not providing any internet. Why? Because it don't know to whom provide. That's why create one component called routing table. Create one component route table. How to create? Where to create? Inside first VPC. So go to route table, create route table name. Any name you can give and give first RT. In which VPC? First VPC. Click on create route table. That's all. Creation is done. Now I need to attach one end of the route table to where? Public subnet, right?
Subnet, yeah.
So click on subnet associations. So if you don't know, just again, once again, I'll show. This is my route table. Select this route table. Click on subnet associations. Edit subnet associations. Which subnet? Public subnet. That's all. Association is done. What next? Other end attached to internet gateway. Routes.
From routing table or from, okay. Yeah.
Edit routes. Add route. So you have to choose this one for all IP addresses. 0.0.0.0 means all IP addresses. Internet. Click on internet gateway. In first IGW, this is my internet gateway. That's all. The setup is completed. Setup is completed. This setup is done. What next? Now I will show you launching one web server and hosting food application.
Can we attach the already created
No.
servers? No.
HTTP. Now go to instances, launch instance. Till now we have launched instances in which VPC?
Default VPC. Oh, that's the
Default.
reason we cannot attach. Yeah.
Now, are we going to launch VPC in default one?
No, we are using the one we created.
Yes, custom VPC, right? So choose image, then choose instance type t3.micro key pair, let it be 9 p.m. And till now, we didn't touch this part.
Network, yeah, this one.
Till now, we are launching instances where? In default.
Default.
We didn't touch subnet. We didn't touch availability zone. We didn't touch this. Directly, we are creating security groups or we are using existing security groups. But now I'll show you all these steps. Tell me, guys. Should we launch the instance in default VPC or first VPC?
First VPC, yeah.
First VPC. That means I'm choosing my private cloud here. I'm not going with the default cloud, default private cloud. I'm choosing my own private cloud to launch my instance in this private cloud, okay?
Yeah.
And in this private cloud, we have multiple subnets, public subnet, private subnet. If you launch instance in public subnet, it will get public IP address. You can give access to the public. And if you don't want to give access to the public, it should be very confidential. Like if you are storing some database, then you have to launch in private subnet. But now I want to host food application. Then tell me which subnet I need to choose.
Public.
Public subnet. So choose public subnet. When you choose public subnet, then you can see the output here.
Auto sign enable.
If you choose private subnet, what is there?
Disable.
Because we have made the settings right in the VPC there. That's why. That's why when you choose public subnet, automatically it is showing enable. And like which ports we need generally to host any web application? Which port we need to open?
SSH and HTTP.
80.
Can we use existing security groups here? Can I select existing security group?
Yes.
Yeah, we can use.
Where is the existing security group?
There is nothing. So we need to create one, I guess, new.
See, earlier we have created web server security groups in default VPC. In default
Okay,
VPC.
we need to create something.
So can you see the instance, like can you see the security groups which are created in default VPC? Can you use them in your custom VPC?
No.
Is it showing you here?
No.
Not showing, right? So you have to choose your own infrastructure. You have to create your own infrastructure for your custom VPC. You can't get the infrastructure from other VPCs. SSH port as well as open HTTP port to all IP addresses. Storage 8 GB. And let us use the command here itself in user data instead of launching and doing all the stuff.
These files are available for us as well.
You can
Arvind?
save somewhere. I'm uploading soft copies also. Okay. See, launching the instance. Instance launched successfully. Here, instance is running. And you observe here. What is the private IP address of this instance?
24 dot.
Private IP.
Yeah, 10.0.24 dot.
So it is coming 10 series, right? Earlier for the previous instances, 172 series, but here 10 series.
Yeah.
Why? Because this is launched in our custom VPC, where 10
Yes.
series is there. And
So
observe here, in which VPC we created this instance?
first VPC.
First VPC. And in which subnet? Public subnet, right?
Public subnet. Yeah.
And even here, this instance is created in AP Northeast 1A, public subnet. Public subnet series, how much?
Yeah.
10.0.0.02. Wait, just it. Public subnet, where it is created, we'll verify here. Public subnet is 16.0. So from 16.0 to 31.255, the range. So we got private IP address from that range only, no? 16.0 to 31.255, in between that.
Yeah.
And we should be able to access the application by now. Is it accessible?
So this IP allocation is randomly, right?
Random IP, private IP will be allocated from that range.
Yeah. I mean, this 24 is because of other IPs are in use or something? It's not in use, right?
My
Access
applications are-
23.219 is not in use, right?
It's not like that. Randomly, it will allocate the private IP address.
Okay.
Out of 4091, it will randomly allocate.
Okay. Yeah.
So 4091, 4091, right? I'm refreshing it. Now you will be seeing only 4090. So 4090, second one, public subnet.
Subnet.
Because we launched one instance. Now my instance hosting the application, I'm able to access. So earlier what we did, we directly launched instances in default VPC. And this time what we did, we created our own setup and we launched our infrastructure. Correct or not?
Yeah.
Is there any difference between existing setup previously how we used and now this time?
This time we are only allocated IP addresses.
This time we are doing the setup from scratch. We are not using existing infrastructure. Earlier what we did, we are just launching instance in existing infrastructure, but now we did everything from scratch. Our own network. We choose which IP address series you want. You have created your CIDR range, public subnet, private subnet, internet connection, launched servers, deployed application.
Yeah.
Any questions here so far? Okay, you go through this recorded video and you can get back to me tomorrow's class. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. Else, you can go through the recorded video and you can ask me tomorrow.
Okay, sure.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.